Good evening, and welcome back to the Calyx Embrujado for our second session. I am your keeper of arcane lore, Aliza Pearl, and before I introduce my cast to you, I have just a couple of things I want to say. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming back if you were here last week. If this is your first time joining us, yay for you. Jump in here, okay? If you haven't watched the first episode, it is up on YouTube. Just go ahead and search the Calyx Embrujado or go to the Good Time Society's YouTube page. That said, I always got to shit talk H.P. Lovecraft because we are playing this game that was inspired by his works, but he was a really bad racist guy, and he wrote some really terrible things that were hurtful. And so I just need to shit talk him before praising Call of Cthulhu and Chaosium and all of the people who have taken that legacy and just taken the interesting things and actually added amazing things to it and made it a whole world that exists without him. So kudos to you all. Fuck him. And now I will introduce the cast.
Hello!
Hello! So starting from, actually, I don't have the Twitch stream up yet, but I think Holiday Shoe would be the first person going clockwise. So go for it, Alicia. Tell us who you are.
I'm Alicia Marie, and you can find me on socials at Alicia Marie Body. Today, I am playing a character named Holiday Shoe. She is a former librarian turned paranormal expert and librarian. So she's a little worried and wondering why they've been called down here to Puerto Rico, but she's definitely not scared.
Not at all. She is fearless.
By the way, that's Holiday Shoe as in the pastry, not the thing on your foot.
Noted. Thank you for that clarification because I personally always wonder. And next, we have the illustrious Becca Scott.
What's up? Thanks so much for being here, Aliza for running the game, and for Alicia and Cynthia for playing, of course, and a huge thank you to Chaosium, who are the publishers of Call of Cthulhu. Fuck Lovecraft, but we love Chaosium, and you can get a super awesome... let me find it. Hold on, I can make things happen with my mind. 10% off chaosium.com if you use our little offer code, Calyx S3 for season 3, and you can only use it one time. So, make it like a super big, awesome purchase. And if you buy it on their website, you get a little PDF along with it that you can always refer to. So, thank you so much to everybody who's here in chat. I see we got a full chat house tonight. So, thank you for playing with us. And this evening, I will be Bryn Wilder. Obviously, come from down under, born in Adelaide. Actually, that's more where I grew up. My birthplace was Kangaroo Island. It's very important to know about me because I grew up outside mostly. My parents, they were very fine people. They lived in a house and I chose to live in our backyard. And so that's why I'm so good with my knife.
I think it's not an Australian accent unless you say my knife.
My knife. 5 times. Razor blades is my in phrase. Just a little tidbit for everybody. You already knew it. I talk about it a lot. Razor blades.
Razor blades and my knife.
My knife. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Becca. And the fantabulous Cynthia Marie.
Hola! I'm so excited to be back. Yes, ooh. I'm Cynthia Marie. You guys can find me on the socials, Twitter at CynDancer, Instagram Cynthia__Marie. Tonight I am playing Rosita Fernanda Morado, or Rose, because she's trying to hide the fact that she's Puerto Rican who went to New York, who's now back in Puerto Rico. Yes, so she is also a photographer who I guess has the charismatic flair for going to talk to singers and things popping out of the ocean. So we'll see what happens.
Wonderful.
Can I make one more quick announcement?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we're live on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, we love you too, but you don't get to participate in this. But if you spin Twitch channel points, you can gift a reroll, and you can gift it to the keeper to make something bad better. And right now, the only person with a reroll that hasn't been used is Aliza, the keeper, from this just in, because you deserve it, but also because of your song last week.
Oh, thank you.
And one more announcement, we will have an episode next week, the night before Thanksgiving, which, hey, if we're talking about problematic stuff, shout out to Indigenous people. But also, we're going to be pre-taping that, so if you give channel points rolls during that show, we will not see them because you will be in our future. That's it.
Great. Well, I think that's all the announcements we needed to do. And with that, let us get back to our story. First, a recap of last session. You all arrived in Puerto Rico at the airport, just stepped off of a propeller plane and were picked up by Carmen, who is the person who invited you all down here and hired you all to do some investigating. She was concerned about some strange happenings that were going on at her uncle's hotel. And her uncle is actually a manager, not the owner of the hotel, but still, he was there since he was a little boy, shining shoes, and grew up in the hotel and made his way up the ranks to be now the manager. So Carmen saw you all in the newspaper for some of your previous work. And she, being a believer of some sort in the paranormal, she believed that your work was valid and she wanted to bring you here because she had tried other things that did not work. Things in the hospital had been getting stranger and stranger. There were strange occurrences of one particular room getting trashed and flooded a couple of times with no clear explanation. There are also your typical potential haunting fare of strange shadows at night, strange whispers, and people feeling energies in the rooms. Just a bit of unease, a sense of dread in general. You took a ride in Carmen's car into Old San Juan, the oldest part of the city that still stands today and is cobblestone streets and small Spanish style stucco buildings. This smaller, more cramped and intimate part of the city has a lot of character, and you pull up to your gorgeous hotel, the Corazón del Mar. And pretty soon, a couple of things happen. You meet Uncle Rafael, who is the manager of the hotel. He takes a liking to you all. You had found out from Carmen that he doesn't really believe in the supernatural as far as she knows. And so she kind of gave you a different cover story of why you were there. You're doing research on the hotel and the history of it. Soon, you're taken to your rooms, but before you can enter them, down the hall, a beautiful, yet imposing and slightly frightening orange mask with lots of spokes and tendrils sticking out from it calls your attention down the hall. Getting a bit of a up close look at it with Rafa and Carmen, you all start to see some strange things from the mask itself. It starts leaking water with no clear cause, already testing Rosita's sanity. Now, finally, the mask is dealt with. It's taken outside to see what might be wrong with it, inspect the water damage. And the rest of you do some exploring in the hotel. Rosita, you find yourself in the hotel room very close to where the mask was. And you've discovered that this was, in fact, the hotel room that was trashed and flooded inexplicably. And then downstairs, Holiday and Bryn overhear a conversation between two staff members and learn a few key pieces of information. You learn that despite having asked if there was any recent deaths at the hotel, you overhear that there was a recent death of someone who worked at the hotel, not on site, but someone who worked here. And she and her sister both work at the hotel, Clarín, the singer, lounge singer, and Juana, the deceased chef. The staff Carmen explains to you once you ask her about this, is still feeling that death, even though it was almost a year ago to the day. They are still feeling the weight of that death because she was a dear member of their family, their extended family. You also, in your investigation, found out some things about the culture of Puerto Rico. You see some pictures on the wall that you closer investigated and got a sense of the African and Taino ties, strong ties in the culture of Puerto Rico. And then it was dinner time. You all found your way down to the lounge restaurant that opens out onto a beautiful outdoor terrace. You hear a song played by the band called Silencio and learn a little bit about the lyrics and why this very sad song, coming from this woman whose sister passed away recently, was very apropos. You then notice some strange behavior from Clarín, the singer. She's standing intently facing the ocean, looking out at something. Rosita, you go over to check on her, a little bit worried that maybe she'll jump into the ocean 60 feet down onto the rocks. But Clarín turns at the last moment, gives you a warning. And you all look out into the ocean and see the water taking the form of some unknown creature with tendrils racing towards you on the terrace. That is where we pick up today. You all already did a sanity roll. 2 of you passed that sanity roll. 1 of you did not. Bryn, can you tell me why you think you didn't pass the sanity roll? What is it about this site?
Bryn tries to keep it together at all times, but deep down she's just a mushy pit of warm feelings. And if it doesn't come from a tree or from nature, or she can't harvest it from the ground, it's unnatural. And
The sheer power of the ocean is terrifying, for sure. And for a forest girl, yes, that makes a lot of sense that you kind of lose it. Fortunately, I just rolled for you and you only lost 1 point of sanity from this site. Maybe bolstered by your companions here who seem to be keeping it together in the face of this frightening sight.
I grab on tight to Rosa's arm. Hold me closer.
It's okay, darling. It's okay. Come here. It's
Wait a minute.
I don't-
Aren't you from Australia? Isn't
Yeah.
this like stuff in your backyard sometimes? I mean, what's going on, Bryn?
Yeah.
Put it together.
Why do you think I left there? You know, the spiders are gigantic. They've got drop bears hanging from every tree. Look up, stay alive. That's what they say. You don't believe me? Google it.
okay, well, we need to
I mean,
look
whatever.
down.
Sorry, don't know what that means what I just said.
Google. What did you call me?
Well, hold on. We'll just go to a library. It's fine. We'll look at. But right now, we need to look at what's in front of us.
Which is
Rosita, yes, you point their attention back out to the ocean and now closer. This, it's a wave, but it's in the shape of a beast. And it's not one that you would ever recognize. Seems unearthly, otherworldly, racing now closer to you on the terrace. Next
Can I
to
take
you.
a picture of it?
Yeah, it's gonna take some quickness, but yeah. Go ahead and roll your photography.
I need to take some pictures.
And
you're taking
while you're-
pictures right now.
while you're whipping out your camera, you see Clarín once again just squaring off with this site. And a couple of things, this is happening very quickly, but with your incredible investigator skills, if anyone wants to try to detect anything here from Clarín, what's going on with her, you are welcome to roll.
History?
Let's see.
Could I try my psychology?
Yeah, I would
That
say
might be-
psychology or
Okay.
even occult.
Oh, a cult. I'll roll a cult.
I rolled
Okay.
exactly the skill I needed.
Well, that's great.
50 on 50.
All right.
54 on 50.
I rolled
Okay.
a 17 on photography.
Oh, so you are able to take a picture. Very good. You very quickly get that picture. And Bryn, watching Claudine's body language, you definitely sense that she's agitated. She has the confidence of someone who knows how to handle this, but you can also sense the tension in her body shows that she is afraid that in this moment, this might be too much for her.
Clarine, have you seen this before?
She, still facing the ocean, just holds her hand out to you and says, shh. And just gathering all of her focus, holds her hands out to the ocean, gathering some unseen strength. And you all witness this wave get smaller and smaller as it approaches the terrace until it is just a regular 5-foot wave. And it dissipates, crashing on the rocks.
I think I'll pack my bags now and go right back to Vermont, if you don't mind. I'm not
Holiday.
sure I'm equipped
Wait.
to handle the Loch Ness Monster.
No. I grab her shoulders and I shake her. Just, hold her still. Shaking is rude. Holiday, we're a team and we can't do this without you. You're the only one that knows how to read books in such a way to help us find the answers.
I was called down here, Bryn, to research ghosts and the paranormal, something I know about. I know nothing about fishing and the water, and especially not a sea monster.
But what if that sea monster is a ghost? What then, Holiday? Its spirit needs to be set free too.
I'm going to throw you over into the water. I'd like to roll for that. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Throwing your friend into the ocean.
Rosita, we're going to need to find a way to develop those photographs as quickly as possible, I'd say.
How?
I just need a dark room, really, and some stuff. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Did you clean your room? We can use your room. It was a mess upstairs. We walked in. Remember?
My room?
Wasn't it trashed when we went in? Was that your room?
No, that was. We'll talk about that later. No, my room is just full of shoes. Remember?
Oh yes. All right.
But I can probably use the bathroom as a dark room as long as I can use one of you. Better yet, Bryn, can I use your bathroom as the dark room?
Yeah, no, just look out. I might have got some. Well, I cleaned my boots with my knife earlier, so there's quite a bit of mud everywhere.
Where were you that you found? Never mind. Don't answer that.
So you see, my boots were too clean, so I dirtied them by stomping in the mud. But then I realized maybe that wasn't appropriate for dinner.
Carmen steps over to you all, and in your conversation, you didn't realize that the music had started back up again. Claudine is still on the terrace, standing at the banister, looking out onto the ocean, just kind of seems to be checking for something. But the drummer has started a new beat, and the pianist is now switched to a hand percussion item. The band has kind of converted into
Pianists
a
always
different...
do.
Pianists.
That's right.
It's hard not to sound like that word when you say that other word. But yeah,
Switch
I'll let
to
you
hand
decide
stuff,
which one I
got
said.
Let's maintain our decorum, ladies.
So Carmen steps up to you and says, "Are you all right? What's going on? What's wrong?"
Has this happened before?
Has what happened?
Well,
You just
Carmen, let me just, it seemed that a giant monster made of waves that we all were able to perceive, including your sister. Oh, do I even know that? You have a
They're not
resemblance.
sisters. Yeah, Carmen and
That's
Juana
right.
are not sisters.
Thank you, Juana. Yeah,
But the point still stands.
The singer, we followed her attention, and there's some sort of monster in your sea. Do you get many sharks here?
You know, it's funny you should say that. They actually have a really good song about sharks. I hope they sing it for you while you're here.
Adult ones or
Adult shark? Like, no.
do.
God, oh God. Yes, I think it would be an adult shark that they sing about. But anyway, I don't really know what you mean. I didn't notice anything.
What?
At that moment, I like literally just walk away and go to Claudine.
Okay. And Carmen says to the other two, okay, well, dinner's going to be brought out soon, so I'm going to go sit down. I hope you join me. And we can talk more about sea monsters.
Fine, the only way to settle a terrified stomach is to eat a big old squirrel pie. Do you have any squirrel pie?
I think I'll pass on lunch. Thank you.
Because if you don't, I could give you my recipe.
No, that's not really a part of our cuisine.
All right.
I'm gonna go sit down. And Carmen, very confused, goes back to your table.
Bryn,
It's part of my
Bryn, come here.
process.
What was that? How did she not see what we just saw? What is going on here?
It seems insane to me that maybe there's some sort of memory loss happening. Because why wouldn't she have seen what we all have seen? Chlorine. Well, we'll see what Rosa can dig up with chlorine, but we can't be the only ones.
Did it make no noise whatsoever? I mean, I'm just really... Also, Rosita took off. I mean, I don't know what she meant to make her, to develop her pictures, but I want to go talk to Carmen, but I don't want to think we've lost our marbles entirely. Shall we go talk to Carmen, or should we escape now and pack our bags and go right back to where we came from?
Holiday, there's nothing to fear of the paranormal. It can't even interact with the material plane. I mean, whatever that was, made of waves, it crashed to nothing on the shore. So we've nothing to be afraid of.
You know, you're right. Nobody was hurt, and then she was able to calm it. How?
Do you think Chlorine did that somehow? She has some power over them. I thought she was just telling us to hush up with her hand.
Well, that probably was part of it, but we noticed that when she stood up, whatever was in that water backed down. Completely backed down. Unless I'm losing my mind and need a drink.
A drink is probably a good idea. I'll
Let's do
join
that
you in
then.
that. Let's go sit with Carmen.
Let's do that.
So you both go back to the table with Carmen. And during this whole conversation, Rosita, you were heading towards Clarín, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna approach her speaking Spanish, but universally we'll go with English so everybody understands what's going on.
We have a universal translator.
Please.
Yeah. Yes. Clarín, I couldn't help but notice you were longing for the ocean. Was there something significant that you perhaps saw?
Clarín, she, before acknowledging you asked this question, she just takes one more look at the ocean and then finally tears her eyes away from it and looks at you, turns to you. And she says, no, just that song makes me think of my sister, and she loved the ocean.
Really? I couldn't help but notice that your timing with the waves in the song seemed to crescendo at a quite heightened moment.
Funny coincidence.
I am not much of a believer in coincidence. I'm a believer in empirical evidence. Is it possible that you... Okay, this is going to sound very strange because it's not empirical evidence outside of what I saw. I saw something in the water, something that grew. Tentacles, perhaps? That sounds strange, I know, and you're giving me a strange look. I apologize. But I know you saw it too.
Go ahead roll. I'll let you decide between, it can be charm, it can be, yeah, I would say charm, or there's a persuade, right?
I'm trying to see
There
what
is.
I have to help with this.
Yeah, I would say
Oh,
charm
my.
or persuade.
Or intimidate is the other, and fast talk are the other kind of like interpersonal.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Great,
find
thank
my intimidate.
Alphabetical in the second column.
Aha! Can I go with intimidate?
Yeah, so tell me how are you intimidating? What in what you just said is intimidating, or would you like to kind of add on the intimidation factor now?
Yeah, so I'm gonna add to it, and kind of inferring a little bit here to see if I can get a rise out of her, of essentially being like, I'm pretty sure I understand how your sister died, and I think there's a connection to this water.
Okay. So your intimidate.
Fully bluffing, by the way.
You the difficulty is pretty high. You're gonna need an extreme success on this.
Oh, I got a success. I got a 20.
Okay. So not extreme.
Could you spend luck?
Oh yeah. And extreme would be, I think, no, extreme would be 7, right?
Let's see.
I got
What's your-
35,
number?
17, and 7. So extreme would be the 7.
Yes. It would be 7 or lower.
That's a lot of luck to spend, yo. Oh, I have a lot of luck though.
You're starting with a good number of luck. It's true.
You know what? I'm gonna spend it because I think this is a thing that I need to know.
Okay. So it sounds like you're spending 13 luck to get down to 7, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you're down to what, 47?
Yep.
Okay. So when you say that last line to her, and you mention her sister and her sister's death, and you think there's a connection, you know there's a connection, you can see her kind of getting her hackles up for a second. And then something stops her. Okay. You seem to have some type of intuition. Maybe you've stumbled upon a bit of truth that the others here can't see.
I think so. I mean, I am from here as well, so perhaps I'm just a little bit more in tune with the ocean than the others.
Oh, but you're still an Americana, though. I can tell.
Yes, proudly, of course.
Proudly, wow.
At any rate, I end up seeing these things just like you. So if it's possible for you to explain it, I would be happy. I also have, I took some pictures
Hmm.
of it.
You know, maybe it's not a bad idea for us to talk some more after my set.
Happy to. I have a room here if you'd like to join me for a nightcap after.
Okay. Está bien.
Wonderful. It's a date.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your set, darling.
Thank you. Americana. And she saunters off sassily back to the band.
I walk and go get myself some pagni.
All right. So you all are back at your table. Drinks have arrived. Pernil and lots of other delicious foods have arrived. The band is now in the part of their set. They started with some like Latin jazz standards, and now they're in the like local music section, a type of music, Rosita, you would recognize as plena. So similar to bomba, where there's lots of very staccato drumming. And forgive my musical accompaniment, y'all, because I have a keyboard that pumps out really dumb beats, and that's all I have for this today. So imagine this sounds better than it does. But the band starts picking up with a really nice, like, African drum beat. It sounds like, it just reminds me of the 90s when I hear this beat.
I had that keyboard in the 90s.
Right? Okay. So the band picks up this beat and Clarín takes her place back behind the microphone. And as the beat gets deeper and sicker, she starts to sing a song. La plena que yo conozco no es de la China ni de Japón, porque la plena viene de Ponce, viene del barrio de San Antón, porque la plena viene de Ponce, viene del barrio de San Antón. Unos dicen que de Guayama, otros dicen de Bayamón, pero la plena viene de Ponce, viene del barrio de San Antón, pero la plena viene del Ponce, viene del barrio de San Antón. La plena que yo conozco no es de la China ni del Japón, porque la plena viene de Ponce, viene del barrio de San Antón, porque la plena viene de Ponce, viene del barrio de San Antón. Ya la bailan en talleres y en piñones, aseguro yo, pero esta plena bien sabrosonga viene del barrio de San Antón, pero esta plena bien sabrosonga viene del barrio de San Antón. La plena que yo conozco no es de la China ni del Japón, porque la plena viene de Ponce, viene del barrio de San Antón, porque la plena viene de Ponce, viene del barrio de San Antón. And the song continues in this way with the snaps from Clarín. Continues in this way with this call and response style that, again, Rosita, you would recognize and would harken back to your childhood on this island. And Carmen is like dancing along and clapping to the song, really getting into it. And you see the crowd around her. Again, a mixture of tourists and locals here at the hotel, just really, so everyone's starting to get up and dance and really get into it.
Naturally, Bryn will get up when Carmen does and dance along with her. Can't leave your host dancing alone.
Great, yes. So you and Carmen are dancing, go out to the dance floor.
Mhm.
Great. What do the two of you do, Holiday and Rosita?
I think I'd like to sit here and just sort of vibe with the music. I mean, I've never been known to be one to cut a rug, but I don't mind watching everyone have fun, and my drink is quite good. I would like to ask Rosita a question while I have her.
Well, I was gonna stay in a company anyway, so I whip out a cigarette and light one.
Rosita. And Holiday sort of grabs her shoulder. Did you have time to develop your pictures? Asshole.
No, not yet. I'm
Well, how long does it take?
How many drinks have you had?
I think there are secrets in this hotel that are being hidden. I think everybody here has secrets. I think that you, me, and Bryn need to get our wits together and search this hotel for clues or something.
Well,
there's something weird. How are you? Nice to see you. You know what I mean?
There's no better time with the present because nobody's in the hotel right now.
Do you mind going to get Bryn off the dance floor before she starts doing the snake? She's breakdancing now.
Look, I can go chest forward and the worm. We call it the worm where I come from. But it's, well, you call it a great worm in the part of the island I'm from. Actually, I want to ask Carmen real quick. Do you know what the lyrics mean?
Yes. While you're dancing, you ask her this?
Yeah.
Before you leave. She says yes, and she starts to explain the lyrics to you. And if you can bring up the translation for the peoples, she starts to recite. She kind of translates the song off the top of her head. She explains, plena is the type of music that this is. It's like African, and it was created by Africans who were brought to this island. And so the song is talking about like the music plena, like this genre of music that I know of. It's kind of like, I don't know, like my plena doesn't come from China or Japan. it comes from Ponce, and there's this neighborhood called San Anton, which is in the south of the island, in the city of Ponce. That's where it's said that the plena was born. And so, and yeah, the song is kind of just like, yeah, it's just like taking ownership of this music and what it means for us as Puerto Ricans. And then, you know, the second verse talks about other cities. It's not from this city, it's not from that city, it's from Ponce, it's from San Anton.
It's a beautiful song. I love the lyrics. And,
Thank
and the
you.
beat.
Yeah, well, I'm saying thank you. I didn't write it.
Oh, well,
I don't know.
I guess the compliment wasn't really for you, but your dance moves are insane.
Oh yeah, wepa. I don't know if they said wepa in 1940s. Oh well.
They do
Go
now.
with it.
Yep, they do now.
Well, it was my pleasure to dance with you, Carmen. And again, I'm really hoping that we can purge the, you know, the haunting, as it were, from this beautiful hotel, because what you've established is quite nice.
Yeah. Is everything okay? She notices
I
the look on
think
your
I-
face.
I
You
should probably
see
go talk
Holiday
to
doing
my,
the robot behind you.
Yeah, my,
doing the
my
robot.
mates over
You're
there.
20 years early with that. It's the automaton. It's the automaton.
The automaton.
Yeah, well, perhaps I'll just go check in. What's going on?
We have a plan. Come on.
All right. I dance my way out backwards so no one's suspicious.
All right.
Over here.
Okay.
All right, Bryn. Oh, please, Rosita, fill her in. Go ahead.
Right. So we are gonna go back to the rooms. We need to do some quick investigation. Who is the quickest on their feet? Not me. I'm gonna go develop pictures, but you two
What?
need to go search things.
What? You're coming with us. You're not escaping to the dark room right now. Can the pictures develop themselves?
Do
No.
you want the pictures developed, or you want me to search things? You asked for the developing of pictures.
You brought
Like-
development chemicals all the way from the United States here?
What?
Guess that's why you have so much luggage. That and the shoes.
The shoes were in one bag, okay?
Are you telling the
talking
truth?
about, lady?
That's all right. One bag and then some other bags. I understand. Well, how about we no, we'll do what you say. Yeah, sounds right.
Great. Let's
We
go.
just feel like there's a lot that's not being told to us here. There are some things that aren't being said. And even though we've been hired to do a job, we're not being given the whole picture. So we're going to have to do some investigating ourselves. Otherwise, we could possibly be in trouble. And I
Well,
don't
first-
mean the kind of dancing.
Hold on, but first we need to throw one back. And I grab like 3 shots of rum, Bacardi.
All right.
You know, Bryn Wilder's always down for a good time.
Let's do this. 1, 2.
Chaser. Chaser. Oh, God, it's going to put hair on my chest.
Tequila?
More hair on my chest.
No, Everclear is probably my alcohol of choice.
Well, here we drink rum. Okay?
Ah,
Let's
All right.
go.
do you think maybe we should search the quarters of our friend Carmen? Because, well, it seems like she's sort of selectively ignoring things like a giant mask crying.
See?
Let's start
Okay.
there first. I feel like we should also check the kitchen. I'm very curious on how, well, you know, I'm going to find out how the sister died.
That's right, we overheard that one of the cooks died. Now, she didn't die here as far as we know, but it doesn't mean that there isn't information about our friend Juana in the
Well, I will get
kitchen.
that. I do have a nightcap with her sister, so we're in a little bit of a time crunch here.
You have a
Is
nightcap.
this
What
a
time is your
romantic
nightcap?
nightcap? Because
No, strictly business.
she
Strictly
looked very
business.
lovely with those flowers in her hair, you know, two lovely
Yeah.
ladies with flowers in I'm just saying,
Strictly business. You guys are welcome to join.
I was watching you talk and the body language sort of seemed like there was something.
That's
going
because
on?
we're 2 Puerto Rican women. It happens.
All right, yeah, no, that's fine. Just saying. Not sometimes someone has to point out, as you can't really see it from where you're standing.
You can't. We sense
Fair
it.
enough. Fair
It's
enough.
unspoken.
Okay, enough of that. Let's go look for clues.
I'll
Oh,
sneak
but
into
wait.
Carmen's room. You do the kitchen's holiday, yeah?
You have a good idea there. While Rosita is having her nightcap, you and me, Bren, could be searching rooms.
That's right. You think we should stick together?
Yes.
Doesn't it seem
Alright.
safer if we all split the party?
It's always safer.
All right.
Uh,
I think that's a
All
good
right.
idea. I think we should split. We'll cover more ground.
but what? Okay. How are we going to contact each other if something goes wrong? Should we
We'll rendezvous at the nightcap.
In your room. All right.
All right. So who's doing what first? I know Rosita wants to do the
Going
kitchen.
to Carmen's room. I know she's hiding something.
You do?
I've just got a
All right.
feeling.
Okay, so what
Actually-
is the first stop? What's the first place you're going to?
I would like to kind of deviate. I'm gonna make my way to the kitchen, but I'm gonna deviate. I'm gonna go look at the pictures that were in the lobby.
Okay.
Closer investigation
Mm-hmm.
with pictures. I'm gonna take a lot of pictures, close-up pictures.
Yes, great.
You
Okay,
know,
so is
I
that the
don't-
first?
I don't know
Yeah.
if Carmen even stays here, so maybe I should switch to the office. Try and find some notes, maybe letters from angry tourists, or maybe there's a record of all of the strange happenings.
Oh, that's smart. I wonder if it's locked. If it's not locked, do your lock picking thing. I know you have that, don't you?
Bryn pulls out her hunting knife slowly and sort of rotates it and says, "Oh, I can pick anything I need with this."
That's my girl. I think I will investigate the trust room upstairs. The one we sort of ran out of. I want to go back there and do some
Okay.
closer.
I will give you a heads up about that trash room. You all went back there, I think, twice, and I think you found everything
We
in
did?
that room. You found
right.
that it smelled of the ocean. A lot of things were
Mhm.
dripping wet.
Yeah.
And there was
There's
sand, but there was no visible open window or broken window or things like that.
All right. Then
And I
there has
also
to.
will say, I also will just clarify. So Carmen does have a room at the hotel because when she drove you all in, you were asking her about, the hotel and her uncle and everything. And she mentioned that she's a grad student and her uncle does let her stay at the hotel when she's needing to work on a paper or things like that, get some focus away from her very busy home.
That's right.
So she would have a room of some
okay.
kind.
Would I have seen her go into it and know which room it is?
Go ahead and roll, let's say history. The liberal use of history.
Hey, it all works. Okay. I don't think I have. Oh yeah, I got some. Can't recall for the life of me.
Okay. Yeah. So you didn't see her go into a room.
Just have to break into every single room.
Yep.
No, I'm gonna go to the office and maybe try and figure out which room is hers from some sort of record there.
All right. Great. So the kitchen is. So if you're leaving the restaurant, going back the way you came in, the bar will be on your left side. And once you cross the threshold back into the building, the kitchen is just past there on the left as well. And then beyond that, ahead of you is the lobby, and down a bit of a hallway. You keep going and you'll hit the lobby. And then once you're in the lobby, to your right is the front desk, and then the office is beyond that. So to give you just a little bit of a layout. Everywhere you've talked about going, I think so far, is on this floor.
Okay.
Holiday, do you want to do the kitchens on your own, or do you want company? I'll keep you company.
I wasn't going to the kitchen. I thought Rose was going to the kitchen. Oh, she's going to develop her pictures.
She's going to pictures and a nightcap and looking at pictures in the lobby.
All right, then I guess I'll do the kitchen.
All right.
I mean, I was hoping to find a library in here somewhere. Somebody's got to read books here, but do the kitchen first, of course, of course.
Okay. Bryn, did you have something else you wanted to say?
No, just that's the look on my face often.
She's like, ooh.
God, I left that there.
Got it. Okay, so you all, as I said, you walk past the bar and out of the restaurant area. And to your left is the kitchen. And Rosita, were you going to stop by? I'm sorry. Let me know who stops by the kitchen and who's going to peel off into the kitchen and then who's going to keep going into the lobby. Kitchen. Holiday and Bryn peel off and go into the kitchen. Rosita, we'll catch up with you in a moment. You keep going towards the lobby. So Holiday and Bryn, you stand at the threshold of this kitchen. It is not super huge kitchen, maybe like 40 by 30 feet. For the volume of customers that they're doing, it's kind of a small kitchen. Mm-hmm. And it's hot in there, a bit sweaty. You see a staff of about 10 cooks kind of bustling around. Some of them are at the window putting plates up into the window to be picked up by servers on the other side of the bar. You see chefs in white hats and white coats on the across from you at the different stations cooking up a storm. You also hear them calling out orders. You hear just like lots of hubbub. Sorry, what was that?
We're just in the kitchen and they just sort of bustle around us. They don't like say anything to us. We're just sort of in the kitchen.
Is there anyone that looks like maybe they're taking a break or heading out back for a smoke or something like that, where we can maybe ask them a few questions without interrupting their work?
Oh, see, I thought you were going to say beat them and steal their costume and put it on and pretend we're...
Either one, we'll see where the night leads.
Actually, go ahead and roll spot hidden. See what you can find.
That's really bad. 96.
Oh, no.
How about I push it? And I will just really awkwardly say, hello, I am requested by, in Espanol, Carmen pregunta a me, estar aquí? And I am very bad Spanish, say like, will anyone talk to me?
Okay.
Can I push?
Yeah, re-roll that.
If I roll this badly, something bad has to happen.
It's a critical failure then if you roll it badly.
A 9.
Woo! Oh! All right. Now, is that a hard success? Do you have, what's your spot hidden?
Just the standard, but that is a hard success.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, God.
Well, your bad Spanish was good enough for someone to understand you because one of the sous chefs who is like over on the far wall by one of the stations turns around and at first very confused listens to you speaking and then is like kind of nods and he turns to actually one of the other sous chefs and says you hear him say in Spanish, "Hey, I'll be right back, just cover me." He walks over to you and like wipes his hands on his apron, kind of tries to like spruce himself up a little bit to talk to these two lovely guests. And he says, I can speak with you. What is it you're looking for?
Pleasure. Name's Bryn. This is Holiday, my compatriot. We were just wondering, we're here to look into some strange happenings and wondering if you could tell us anything about Juana.
Yeah. Why don't you come with me? And he looks out into the hallway and he's like, no, not there. He says, motions for you to follow him. He takes you to the back of the kitchen and there's a back door that he goes through and shows you out. Mm-hmm. Steps outside into the side of the building, which has some like beautiful foliage not too far away.
It's really nice out here. What was your name?
My name is Franco.
Could you tell us possibly what was the nature of her death?
As far as I know, she it was her heart. She had sickness in her heart, and her heart just gave out.
Really
Did
sorry,
anything-
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was really sad. She, she never had children or anything, but she was just her and her sister in her family, and they were all that each other had. So it was very sad for her and her sister.
She was a chef here, correct? That's all she was.
Yes, she was the head chef.
Hmm. Have you noticed any odd happenings here in the kitchen or at this hotel at all, or nothing at all?
Well, I mean, who's asking exactly?
My
We're
name is Holiday.
investigators. We're looking into strange things. Please, if you could, don't tell anyone else exactly what we're doing here. But Frank, I just have a feeling I can trust you.
Go ahead and roll your either fast talk or charm or persuade.
Wow, I really
Or
should have
intimidate.
given myself one of those skills.
I don't
Did
have
I
any
make
of
this
it.
character
I have
sheet?
nothing.
Fast talk.
Shoot. I have brawl.
It's a fail. Big
I'm gonna
old
throw some
fail.
bows. Okay, and Holiday, you don't have any of those to roll?
Oh, I've listen, dodge, brawl. I'll just sort of hope for the best.
Well, you
with,
got a 15
Bryn.
by default. Maybe you'll get lucky. Do you want to just give it a roll?
Okay. You want me to roll?
Yeah, I already failed.
Oh, shoot. Oh, goodness. No. Oh, 29. And this was for what?
Okay, so
Charm?
the choices are any of the socials. Yeah, charm, fast talk,
Oh, God,
persuade.
I don't have.
Intimidate.
Intimidate is also an option.
I don't have. Oh, no, I don't have a persuade.
Okay,
Maybe?
what's your score in persuade?
Okay, then I made a hard success. Hard success.
Okay, okay. Okay, so Holiday, how do you persuade? What do you say to Frank? that
Okay.
persuades him?
She says, you see, Frank, we were told there was weird things happening here at this hotel, and we know this is a grand hotel and it has a lot of history in it, and we don't want anything else to befall any of the other staff here. That's why specifically we are here, and we need you to keep our confidence, because if you don't, something could happen, not only to us, but to you.
So you're here to protect us from the weird things that have been happening.
Yes, and that's why we are asking you if you've noticed anything is slightly bizarre. In this hotel, anyway.
I mean, this past year since Juana died, it just feels like sometimes it feels like the walls are closing in on us. I don't know, that sounds crazy, but like this place used to feel really warm and welcoming and like family, like a home, a second home. But without Juana, it just feels like something is coming in that shouldn't be here.
So would you say that the strange things, the power, the lights, the weather patterns happening indoors, it's all happened since Juana's passing?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the light will flicker, but then it would stop. But lately, it's just kind of been always happening, and
Was
I
there
don't. I just. She died like in 3 days. It will be a year.
And that entire year, things have been different here at this hotel.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Is there anything planned for in 3 days' time to remember her?
I mean, we're all probably gonna just drink and talk about her memories.
Was there anything that you can recall that she had been interested in that was maybe out of the usual? I understand it was a heart condition, but just out of curiosity.
Frank tries to like understand the question.
Asking if she had had any weird behavior before, in the days leading up to her death.
Well, I mean, she felt ill so suddenly, just like within a few days. She was just like healthy and strong one day, and then the next day she just looked more pale and just like all the color had drained from her face. And then she was gone a couple days later.
Who is the closest person to her besides her sister? Do you know?
Besides her sister, I mean, I don't know. She and her sister were really tight, and then the rest of us we're all like cousins here. Not really cousins, but you know, just like family.
Yeah, that's how I feel about all of the animals that live nearby where I grew up. Yeah, like the koalas, drop bears, squirrels. Not the ones for pie, but like the pet. Anyway, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any other questions? Do you mind, Frank, if we have any further questions, if we could sort of seek you out if necessary at all?
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe this will help. Here, let's go back in. I want to just show you something.
Yeah.
He opens the door to the kitchen again, and you all walk back into the busy kitchen. He walks you back to that entrance you came in, but then he motions for you to wait there, goes back to where the new head chef is standing, and he says, perdón, perdón. And he moves him over a little bit and reaches up over the hood of the stove and unhooks something. And then he comes back over to you and holds it out to both of you. And you can see in his hand, he's showing you this beaded, what looks like the size of a bracelet. These wooden beads that are in various different shapes. Some of them are shaped like flowers. Some of them are shaped like cubes, circles. And they have some little carvings on them. He said, this was Juana's. She would put it over her cooking station as just like protection. She really believed in, you know, a lot of those things, like the ancestors, the like zemis, the orishas, those things.
Do you mind if we borrow this?
Yeah.
We'll
Go
bring
ahead.
it back. We'll bring it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
We appreciate this so much. Anything that is a tie to her could help us find out what's causing these occurrences.
That would be very good, because I don't want it to keep happening.
You know, there's strange things in the universe that can't be explained by the usual means.
Bryn is right. So it's our job to try to figure out a way to explain it or completely extinguish it. So we'll be doing both here, hopefully.
That's right. Holiday is a bit of a fear of the things that we're here to take care of, but that's just why we've got to get rid of them.
So don't worry. We do our job. We will do our job. Trust me.
Well, Frank, we'll let you get back to yours as well.
All right. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto. And I hope you enjoy the food while you're here and everything.
I'll be avoiding the octopus and squid and all of that. Thank you.
Holiday, these seem important. Can I roll for occult when I hold them in my hand?
Yes. Blow on those dice.
They're going in timeout. They're done. No, we're done with this. They're bad. They're bad dice.
Oh
Yeah.
Bad dice. Bad dice.
Very bad.
Holiday, would
you want me to roll?
Would you like to? Yeah.
Recall 60. And that's gonna be well, no. I went over everything. 60. I'm 50, 25, 10. So yeah, it's
Okay. All
All
right.
the dice.
So
All the dice needs to happen now.
all the dice. So yeah, neither of you pick up any occultness from it. You're not sure. You're
Well,
kind of still mulling over what Frank has just told you. Okay, so now while that is happening in the lobby, Rosita, you make your way over to those wall hangings and you take a look at them.
Yep.
So go ahead and do an investigation roll or spot hidden.
I was hoping to do some photography without flash.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Go ahead and do your photography. And I'm going to make this a combined roll because I think you're going to need need a little bit more than just taking a picture of them to figure out anything else from them. And getting your character sheet open. So yeah, you have photography and let's see. Did you add spot hidden? You did, right?
I did.
Okay. How much of that did you add?
So I took it from my locksmith and I only put 20. So locksmith should be 20 and spot hidden should be 20.
Okay. I think you would actually put 40 for a spot hidden then.
Did I? Okay.
You have a starting value in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
so 20 plus that 25 starting value gets you 45 actually. So go ahead and give yourself 45 and then the sheet should auto fill in the hard excess and the hard and the extreme levels for you.
I have it
All
open
right.
in a PDF, so I'll have to do it later.
Okay, I can also send you, I have your sheet and I just made those updates. I can send it to you. Okay, so let's make this a photography and spot hidden combo roll. And I'm going to say, you need success in both, which means really you need to get 45 or under.
Well, luckily for me, I rolled a 45.
Hey, look at that.
And then let me roll the photography.
You only do one roll for this combo.
Oh, okay,
roll.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and it counts for both. It just
I
kind
did
of
roll
includes.
exactly a 45.
Well, that's great. All right, so with that 45 in your spot hidden in photography, as you're snapping your pictures, you turn off the flash so as not to maybe damage these pictures if they're delicate or very old. You get a better look at all of them. So let me just look at my notes. Okay, so yes, there are two pictures in particular that you have honed in on. One of them is a photograph, an old photograph. This is the one that was labeled, it's at 1915. That Holiday took a look at earlier. This is the one with like dark-skinned people wearing like white dresses, white linen shirts and hats. The women you actually would know that these are called polleras, I think are the names of the dresses, kind of similar to what you have on. So like the shoulders and neck are exposed. It's like very frilly white dress with a very frilly skirt. And it literally is called a pollera because it's used to like shoo the chickens around. That was the original use of them. And yeah, exactly. You like wave the skirt back and forth to shoo the chickens. And that is what turned into the dance style that you dance the bomba with.
That's awesome.
Yep, I just learned that actually, like this week, randomly. And so you see these people dancing la bomba. And then the other picture is an illustration. Looks like a hand drawing with watercolor painted in, and it depicts brown-skinned Tainos grinding up yuca in their pistoles? Wait, what's that called? The grinder thing. Pilon.
Pilon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mortal pistol.
I know. I was like, that was where my brain went, but it's called a pilon.
Not gonna lie, when people have said what that's called in English, I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
And then I found out, I was like, oh, pilon.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was a pestle. I mean, and that was the only one. Okay.
Yeah. And the ones in the picture are similar to the ones that are used on the island today. They also have a shared history with African culture too. And you can see a lot of African cultures using that exact same tool. It's like a bowl, like a big wooden bowl, thick wooden bowl on a small pedestal. And they can be like huge. They can be like as big as a small person, or like can fit in your hands. The ones they have are the bigger ones in the picture. And then there's a wooden attachment that has a rounded end, and you just like churn. It's like churning butter, but it's like you're pounding the food in there. So they are pounding yucca, and you know it's yucca because there's whole yuccas on the ground in the picture next to them. There are some Taino children like peeling the yucca, and you can see all the stages of them making the food items. So in the first picture, with your spot hidden, you also, I'm going to throw in a bit of a cult here too, even though you didn't roll that, just because of the nature of you and your background and your knowledge. You would notice that they're not just dancing randomly. You see that they're actually standing in a certain formation. And they're making kind of like a diamond shape with where, let me see if I can describe it on my hand. So there's the diamond, and then two sides of the diamond extend out longer, the back end. Kind of looks like a fish to you. And that's the formation they're standing in. So that's what you notice about the first picture. The second picture, with your amazing photography skills, you zoom in on one of the Taino ladies who is assembling the food, and you see that she's wearing a bracelet. And the detail is pretty great, even though this is a fairly small illustration, but the beads are colored brown, painted brown. There are some markings on them. And some of the beads are in different shapes.
One of them a fish.
What's that?
It's one of the shapes of fish.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Okay. What else?
That's what you find.
Okay. That's some stuff. Have I seen this bracelet before?
I'm going to say no. You have not.
Making sure I didn't see it on anybody recently.
Nope.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to time it where I'm kind of walking back towards the room. I'm going to kind of peek my head to see in the kitchen, like if they're coming back or what's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm heading to do my original mission and peek around trying to find out which room is Carmen's.
Okay.
So I naturally would pass Rosa in the hallway, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
Rosa, do you see this? We found this. It was Juana's. There's something fishy about it. Not fishy, but like in the fish sense. Not like the big thing we saw that was in the ocean that was like, rah, and then it was nothing because it was just waves. And I went a little crazy, but just for a minute. And anyway, I couldn't find anything strange when I looked at it, but maybe you can. And I dropped the bracelet with the different shaped wooden beads into Rosa's hand.
I have now seen the bracelet.
Why are your eyes so wide, Rosa? What have you seen?
The pictures.
Your
pictures? I'm seeing the ghost. Like a this bracelet is a ghost bracelet.
In a sense, it's a precious artifact.
From how do you know this, Rosa?
And I come on.
Okay, all right.
Oh wow, that's what yucca looks like. Huh.
Mm-hmm. If you look closer, look at the bracelet.
We're looking
on the woman who's going like this. You see the bracelet?
Oh, it's the same thing.
If I look at that woman's face in the picture, does she have any resemblance to what is her name? It is
Juana?
Clarín.
No.
Clarine.
What?
I don't know what one looks like yet, but Clarine.
Go ahead and roll spot hidden.
Oh, great. I've got new dice, so
Okay. Let's hope these dice behave themselves.
you be good. 36. I only have a 25.
Oh.
But
Oh?
Push that luck.
is it interesting
What
enough for
is
me to
it?
push spin a bunch of luck for Keeper?
It's yeah.
I spend 11 luck.
Okay, that brings you to 44.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yes, there's a strong resemblance. And for that luck spend, I will also give you this. You move over to the picture next to it and you see the dancers. There's a strong resemblance with one of the dancers too.
Okay, question. How isn't this photograph like really old, like impossibly old?
So
This is
the photograph is
32
from,
years
okay.
ago, according to the date. Bren takes copious notes.
Huh.
That is correct.
But this is an adult woman in the picture, and we know that Clarine and her sister were in their early 40s, 40-ish. So,
Right.
like,
Mhm.
something's weird here?
Something isn't passing the smell test.
There's a strong resemblance.
There's an
Two.
odor that is for sure Del Mar.
So I'm gonna cut to present day real quick. There is a very Hispanic meme or video about rice and beans where somebody doesn't put the beans, they put something else, and the Hispanic man goes, "It don't match. It don't match." How I feel about this? It don't match.
It don't match. It don't match. I'm gonna find it.
So is it at all possible that somebody just has the like, I don't know, the what's it called, the fountain of youth, here, that maybe perhaps they took a swig of it and just had a very long life?
Unless someone has somehow discovered time travel, something isn't matching up. It don't match.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain cultures where, if you eat the right things and have a good social circle, I think we'll find out in about 100 years. But I don't know anybody that can maintain their appearance this well unless they're dealing with darker forces.
Like what? Oh, like the darker forces that we
Like the kind we're
dark
here to
forces.
expel.
We should mention to you, Rosa. Bryn and I sort of made a little alliance with one of the cooks in the kitchen downstairs, and he gave us this bracelet and said it belonged to Juana and that she used it to ward something off and never took it off herself.
Here's the thing. Well, I think she kept it above a cook station, but either way, I
Oh.
wonder if one of us could see if we can harness its abilities if we wear it.
Put it on. One of you put it on.
Rosa?
Sorry.
I already had it on, actually.
No.
That looks incredible on you.
Rosa!
It goes great with your outfit.
It's an artifact. I need to keep it safe.
Are you wearing
Do you feel any
a
different?
pollera?
Do you feel any different? Do you feel anything cool? Do you feel powers coursing through you? Do you feel younger? Do you feel older?
Could you
I
try
feel
and
something
roll
weird.
power?
I feel like I'm getting a headache.
Is that because we're shouting at you and getting all in your face?
Sorry.
Yes.
You can do it. No, what are you feeling though? Like for real?
What do I feel, Keeper?
I'm gonna have you roll.
Oh.
Let me just decide what this roll is going to be, though, because if this was D&D, it would be kind of like an intuition roll or insight roll. Is there something like that, Becca?
I mean, there is intuition.
It could be occult, or it could be if it's something that may or may not like create some sort of magic, then I would say power roll. And if she needs to put some piece of herself into it, it could draw some of her magic points away when she attempts to use it.
But so what is your intention then? Is it just you're just feeling how you feel with it on?
I'm trying to connect with it.
Then let's make it a power roll.
All right.
And, well, yeah, I was going to change the difficulty, but yeah, I'm going to make it a hard success, actually. You're going to need a hard success to see if anything.
I just got a success.
Push
Okay.
it good. Push it. Oh, good.
I already pushed one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, if chat wants to give me a reroll.
I forgot they gave me one.
Oh. Didn't you? Oh, did you use your one from last time, Cynthia?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, chat, here's your chance to help our players out.
Like, hurry with the quickness. I need to know what this bracelet does. I'll take a smoke break. We'll take a very long montage.
Yeah, no.
I will
I
say
don't
this: if chat comes through with a have they? Oh,
Nightcat Nanavot came through with the reroll for Rosita.
oh,
Thank you.
Nightcat must have the most insane amount of channel points because there has never been a stream where they weren't here, and I appreciate you.
wow!
But I appreciate that you use them sparingly.
In that montage, you see Rosa smoking, and image comes out, and it's like it looks like a cat, but it's just the puff of smoke coming.
Where did you learn to do that?
Don't worry about it. That is the 33.
33 is oh, I see. Yeah.
Wait, but I could push that with 2 luck, right?
Yeah, you could.
Well, okay, well, fine. I'm gonna push that.
Wait, pushing and luck are two different
Push
things.
it.
Oh, right. And also, sorry, I think you can't spend luck on a pushed roll, right? A reroll.
Oh, that's right.
Well, you can always
push.
push the roll in the game rules. The chat ones are kind of like an out of game, however Keeper wants to honor them.
Oh, that's true. This wasn't a push. This was a reroll from the chat. So I'm going to say you can spend luck.
Game reroll.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say you can spend luck on this one.
Okay.
Thank you.
But yes, on a push roll, you may not spend luck. Luck is like an either or. You could push the roll and could have a more extreme consequence if you mess up. Or if you spend luck, then it just counts as a regular success. Or you can make, a hard success, like an extreme or whatever.
Great. So thank you, chat, especially because she was able to make some magic happen with her luck. Okay. So, yes, you have this bracelet on. And you instinctively put your hand over it like this. And you can feel some type of energy radiating from it. It feels good. It feels grounding. It feels comforting. And most of all, it feels protective.
I don't really know how to put this into words, but
Try.
it's very protective, almost like a warm mink around me. It just I feel
You look
very...
great in mink.
Thank you.
Like I couldn't pull it off, but I know you could.
Just I feel very grounded, if you know what I mean.
From
So
the bracelet.
If this was protecting our friend Juana, I wonder what kept her from being safe. Is it about time for that nightcap?
Maybe we could join in.
Absolutely.
All right.
If it's romantic, though, I'm just saying we can hide in the closet and maybe, listen at the door.
Not romantic at all.
Yeah, no, that's even worse now that I think about where things could go.
It'd be so funny if she discovered us.
Won't say it's never happened.
You too, kill me.
Bryn, I could see Bryn being into voyeurism. I mean,
Bryn's not into voyeurism. Bryn doesn't really want to do it herself. It's not, but she would hide in the closet. Anyway, should we go to your room, Rosa?
Yes, let's go.
I'll pop down to the bar, maybe get 4 glasses.
Smart. And a bottle of rum.
Can do.
Did we get anything to drug her with at all? Or no, not at all? I
don't think
ahead
they
of
have it
myself
at the
right
bar,
now?
but if you've got something in your luggage, couldn't hurt to be a plan B.
Wow.
I totally agree with you. So I'm gonna go back to my room and refresh and bring some things with us that might be needed. You know.
Second that, I wish I'd said, no, absolutely not. Holiday. But seriously, do go grab something.
Okay.
Holiday, I'm going to have you roll. I feel like this is a good time for a luck roll. Like, did I remember to bring my poisons on this trip?
I don't call it poison. I call it a nap. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Holiday special juice.
What should that
Special
be? Oh, specialty.
It's going to be a luck roll. I am seeing, oh no, is your luck 25? Is that
Yeah,
right?
that's when it. Yeah, if I rolled a 41, I can't push luck, right? No.
You can't push a luck roll.
Damn. So I can't spend luck. No, I can't. I can't spend luck on luck. That makes no sense. All right. So did I forget my nap time?
Guess we're just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Wait, do you have a club or something? I could always go.
I'm talking. For someone who loves to keep her nose buried in a book, you sure have violent tendencies.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, Bryn.
Understood. I'm gonna go get the bottle of rum.
Okay. All right. So you all have made a plan to reconvene in Rosa's room at the meeting time. And okay, a couple of things. Clarín told you what time that their set ends, Rosita, so you know what time to expect her. And I'm guessing that you told her your hotel number, your room number.
Yep.
Okay. So let's say that you all have made it back to the room. Bryn, you brought back that bottle of rum and the glasses, and you hear a knock on the door.
It's open.
You hear multiple voices outside, and the door opens, and the entire band is there standing with Clarín. And she says, "Hey, hola," in Spanish. She says, "Hey, this is the after party, huh?"
Yeah, come on in.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey, come on, this is Cusito. This is Rafa, another Rafa. There's a lot of Rafaels. This is Pedro. This is Maya." And she just kind of ushers the band in. And they're all kind of boisterous, kind of in good-natured, good spirits,
Yes.
introducing themselves to the three of you.
I suppose we don't even need glasses, am I right? And I take the lid off the rum, the cork out, and I just take a chug from it and pass it.
Yeah.
Ah, the before times.
Oh,
The way before time.
right.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Did Rose take the bracelet off, or does she have it on?
Oh no, I definitely put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Good question.
Good.
Yeah, good call.
Oh.
Definitely took it
Oh,
off.
well, yeah, it'd be awkward.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I had thought
Ooh,
about that.
wearing your dead sister's bracelet that we maybe took without. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so Clarín comes up to you, Rosa, and says, "So, you wanted to talk?"
I did. I didn't realize you were going to bring the whole band, so I was going to sort of chat privately, but I mean, family is family, right?
Yeah, why don't we go on your balcony?
Okay.
Pedro, have you ever done a Australian drinking song? I'll teach you one.
Okay, I'm listening.
Oh, And Bryn continues to sing a super cool drinking song to Pedro.
Great. Is there a teaching role? I don't think there is.
Oh, there's a. You could have arts and crafts have a specialty in
Oh, there you go.
singing, which I do not.
Which you do not. How about just like you can just do a social role like charm or I would say
Oh.
charm or persuade.
Absolutely, he's not impressed.
Oh no!
He's like, I don't.
You
just not hearing
drink it up and then you spit it out and then you drink it again and
He tries to like clap along with it.
you do
But
it.
it's not the right rhythm.
That's how we do it.
Okay.
We're like,
Meanwhile-
that was amazing. That was amazing, Fred. That was amazing.
Meanwhile, out on the balcony, Claudine has poured herself some dark rum. Was it dark rum? I don't know why that was in my brain.
Spice rum, it's
What kind
fine.
of rum was it? Spice rum? Yeah.
Sure.
She has that in a glass and she's leaning on the balcony. And she says, okay. So you have seen some things.
Evidently, and so have you.
Evidently.
So do you want to compare notes?
Sure. But first, I want to know, is this why you're here?
Because of the sea creature.
Because of the things you may or may not have seen?
Darling, I see a lot of things that I'm not entitled to talk about. But to answer your question as to whether I'm here for such reasons, yes.
Okay. So you also mentioned my sister.
Mm-hmm.
My sister was very important to this place.
I can tell.
And without her, I'm the only one left.
I'm very sorry to hear that. How is it? How did she depart?
Go ahead and roll. Wait, where's your sheet? I guess this could be, well, let's see, what do you have?
In social, not a lot.
Who created this sheet? I mean, it was me.
I have intimidate.
You do have intimidate. Oof. Wow, I really built your character real good, didn't I? But you're
right, we're
playing
walking
her
through it.
excellently.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead and roll intimidate.
Ooh, yeah, no, that, nope,
No?
nope. I rolled a 45.
Okay. Claudian says, I just don't think you can really handle hearing this. I think
What?
it's probably going to be too much for you.
What makes you think that it'd be too much for my delicate soul?
I mean, no offense, but you left.
I left the island. I left the island because I wanted a better life.
You left, but there are some of us here who can never leave. Because if we do, then the island is unprotected.
So you believe yourself to be a protector of Puerto Rico?
The way you say that, I believe myself to be. Like you don't believe me?
Well, you have no evidence to show me that you are a protector. Most protectors that I know show some sort of sign of force.
What did you see outside today?
I saw a very large wave. What did you see?
I saw a warning.
What sort of warning?
That there is more to come, and that without Guana, we are all in danger.
So was Juana a protector too? Then why did she die? Oh,
It's
I see. I see. She died because she gave her soul to the island that didn't protect her. Is that it?
no, it's not.
Then enlighten me. I'm going to try to intimidate again.
Okay, go for it.
That's better. 29.
Okay. She leans over, puts her like forearms on the balcony. Okay. You Here's the thing. Our family has had this responsibility for a long time. And because of the way the island has progressed with all of these forces coming in, first the conquistadores, now the Americanos, it's weakened us. We are the last of the line. I couldn't have children, neither could she. So this is it. The last stand. And that thing out there, that thing has gotten so strong because of your beloved America. Estados Unidos.
You're blaming the United States for a large wave.
Oh, now it was just a wave?
I mean, tell me that I'm wrong.
I see you.
What was it? What was it you saw out there?
I told you it was un aviso, a warning. And there is far worse underneath it where that came from.
Okay. Where is the origin of all of this starting then?
Look, we have been successful in protecting it for generations. But like I said, we've become weaker and it has become stronger. I actually don't know more than this at this point.
Really?
I think
I
at that
swear.
moment you hear Brenda's finally got the rest of the people inside to join in the drinking song.
Yeah.
Is it possible to you to roll on listen, because I do have that as a specialty, and just sort of when Holiday sees them sort of go out the back on the patio, she sort of takes her drink and pretends that she's driving to like what Bryn was serving up.
Would one of us have the adjoining patio, like the next room over, where you could snoop?
There were two rooms next to each other. I don't remember if we established which ones were next to each other, but either way, you would have access to that. Yeah.
You
So
very specifically did, and I forgot.
Okay, so can I roll listen to see if I can listen in? Because, I'm sort of developing a theory here.
Sure.
If I roll right, I'm developing a theory. If I'm not, I'm developing jack.
You're developing a hangover with me.
Please.
All that rum.
Okay, I rolled a 49. Where's my listen? I'm gonna have to use some luck because it's 40.
So you rolled a 49. Your listen is
40 plus 20, no 40.
40. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to use some luck, huh? Bring it down because I think I do want it. Yeah. Okay. So I'll use some luck. Yoo-hoo.
Okay.
Bye. So I can
Alright.
use 11. No wait. I can use 10.
I think you would just need 9 because you rolled a 49, right?
49. Yeah. So I just need 9.
Yeah.
All right. Let me make sure I make a note of that because
So our dear Holiday Shoe reduces by 9 points.
Yeah.
From 25.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay.
I must be feeling.
Don't worry, you won't need it later.
I know. I'm like, I spent it all. All right. So Holiday is with her drink. She's sort of who did Bryn make her this drink, by the way? Bryn made it for her. Didn't you make it for us? You made our drinks for us? Or?
Well, no, I passed around a bottle because we didn't have enough glasses once the others arrived.
Yeah.
So,
but a few people had glasses, so yeah.
Oh, well, I just started drinking straight out of the bottle, but then I poured some in your cup.
Okay. So she stayed out there and she thinks she has something really light, like a Shirley Temple or whatever.
Yeah,
but
no, it's just straight rum.
And she's just listening to the conversation and taking it in.
Okay.
For later. She's not going to do or say anything. She's just going to be, I just wanted to hear.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So you drink them up and then you smoke them up and then
you drink them up and then you smoke them
That's
up.
right.
You got the and your knife.
What's his name? Cusito, take it away.
Hey, you drink them up and you smoke them up.
You get it. Yeah, that's it. That's all the lyrics.
At that point, Rose knows that part of the song and goes, "We should probably get back inside."
Holiday runs back to where Burn is.
Claudine says, just wait 1 minute. So do you believe me?
Of course I do. You haven't given me any reason to doubt you, have you?
I don't think so.
Then I believe you.
Good. Okay.
I did take pictures, so when I get those developed, I'll be happy to share them with you since you are the protector of the island.
Okay. Okay.
But again,
And
if you can tell me where the origin is, my comrades and I could help you a little bit more.
It's the ocean. That's all I know.
Okay. Well, cheers to the ocean.
Cheers.
Salud.
Salud!
Holiday, can you stop doing the automaton?
I don't want any cow tongue. No, thank you. Is that what you asked me if I wanted?
I said stop doing the automaton.
Oh, the automaton? The
1940s
dance craze, the automaton?
And everybody in the band is doing it too.
You drink them up and you smoke them up.
Watch this one. I'm very proud of this. Whoa!
It's so
right.
good. We're hinging on it. It's amazing.
Well, I'm getting a little tired. Aren't you, band? And all of you, aren't you getting tired? We have to discuss things before we go to sleep. So I think all of you should go to bed somewhere.
Yeah, let's head out, shall we? Friend's about to go to the after party with the band until she's probably pulled back. Oh, right.
Cusito actually says, Bryn, like, hey, we can keep partying somewhere else. You want to go?
I'm actually on to work calls, duty, you understand.
Okay,
But,
okay.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. All right.
Mañana.
All right. Good night. Hasta mañana.
Yeah.
And they all head out. Clarín being the last, and she looks back at you, Rosita. Waves good night. And she turns and leaves. And now it's just the three of you in the room with a lot of, well, probably someone went to get more rum. So a couple of bottles of rum and some dirty glasses and a slightly messed up room.
Rosa,
So
did you find out if her sister was living forever?
Not exact. Well, it possibly. I start rummaging to start pulling out the chemicals to like make a dark room and stuff like that. But you know, you could probably ask somebody else who is probably listening, like she always does, what she heard.
Is that sulfur? I think I could make some of my potion using some of what you have in there. We'll talk about that
Change
later.
the subject, Holiday. I
Who
know
are
you
you
were
trying
listening.
to drug this time,
Sorry.
Holiday?
I'm sorry. It's just, naturally I try to think 4 steps ahead of myself, and sometimes I get 10 steps ahead of myself. But I wanted to mention that I did eavesdrop on your conversation.
Like
Rose.
you always do.
What? I never. I think we're all going to need a shot before we have this discussion.
Oh, I'm already
Where's the rum?
pouring it.
What should we drink to?
You listening to my conversations.
We're going to drink to that.
Or
Did we
maybe
think that last
not
time?
being eaten by a sea monster.
Fine.
All right, then.
To not being eaten by a sea monster.
Not being eaten by a sea monster.
This isn't rum. This is antifreeze. What is this? Bryn,
Oh, well, I did pull out a bottle of my Everclear.
Ah!
I peck light, but I peck right.
Okay.
right. Note to self: never
So-
take a drink from Bryn ever again.
Yeah, maybe just take a primer first. So both of you heard the conversation. Can you tell me, are we dealing with an infinite being?
Not necessarily infinite being quite yet. Don't have perfect evidence on that. However, they come from a long lineage of protectors of the island.
Very long. Rosita speaks the truth. And Holiday starts pulling out a bunch of notes because she's actually taking notes.
You took notes? That was a private conversation.
So
I wanted
it
to make
was
sure
a
I
date.
forgot nothing. I wanted to make sure
It was
I forgot
not a
nothing.
date.
Well, we're a team here, and we're investigating, so it either she can listen
wanted to
in,
make
or
sure.
it was a date. Can't have it both ways.
Yes, I mean, if you started something, I would have backed off. I would have respected your privacy, but nothing started.
And that's
It
when
was
I
just-
come in and listen. Oh, it's getting serious? Perhaps I'll get in the closet.
All right. Are you two done? Are you ready for my theory or not? Are we going to sit here pontificating about Bryn's pervert and Rose's problems
There's
with
a
everything else?
theory
What?
afoot? Do tell.
I have a theory afoot.
What theory do you have?
Right, as long as you are done making fun of me. Are you done making fun of me?
Never!
All right, then.
I'm done now.
All right, then. I believe we are in the presence of a very dark and mysterious force. Something unlike we've never experienced before, the three of us. It's very exciting and very enlightening. At the same time, it's scary. But listen, I don't think Juana has left this earthly plane yet. I think what we witnessed downstairs is a soul collector. She's still here amongst us. And the reason why, Rosita, she told you it was getting stronger and stronger, is because that's what it does. It collects souls. Perhaps just a theory, who knows?
That seems terrifyingly right on.
What?
With
The
you
hotel
all
is
the way.
connected
We
to
gotta
all of it.
We gotta get rid of all the souls so it's got nothing left to take. No, wrong idea. We've got to stop it from taking more souls.
But wait, I have a question, and maybe you have some insight into this, Rosa. Why did she say, I'm the last one? The last one of what?
The last protectors of her lineage.
What do you think makes their family so special in being the ones that can protect the island?
That part I don't know, but what I do know, and I pulled the bracelet back out and put it on my wrist, is that this is what protected her. So really, why did she take the bracelet off?
That's a great question. I think when
That's a
all
good
this is said
question.
and done, we should return the bracelet to Clarine.
Uh, I don't know about that.
Well, we got it from Frank and we gave it to you, so... Yeah. I think when she dies, her sister should get her belongings. I mean, obviously, not till the case is done, because it seems like it could have some bearing.
Okay, so if she survives, I'll give it to her.
If she survives,
Oh, we're gonna do a job. Everyone's gonna survive.
Here's the problem. Being that we are going to be on the front lines with this, and trust me, we are going to be on the front lines with this. Not only is she in danger, we are as well. Just a note. Oh, you're wearing the bracelet, so you're not in? Give me that bracelet then. We found it first.
You can't be in danger if you are the danger. And Bryn holds up her hunting knife. Let's think back to our roots. We are investigators of the paranormal. So what do? We stake things out. We listen for sounds in the night. We watch. Maybe we put salt down and look and see if footprints go through it. We gotta do the things that you do in Phasmophobia. I mean, you do when you're seeking out a phantom. I'll put the knife away.
I'm gonna develop the pictures.
Wait, before we go, I want you to remember something. Well, Bryn doesn't know this, something she said. The monster that came out to the water. What was it? What did you say it was, Rose?
A warning.
To who? To what? And why? That is what we have to figure out.
And now, at this point, we're going to cut ahead a little bit. Rosita, are you trying to develop your photos tonight?
Yep.
Okay. Where would you like to try to do that?
Probably in my bathroom since we're all there anyways.
Okay. All right. So while the other two women are in the bedroom, you have closed the door. You've put towels at the bottom so no light leaks through. You had brought a little red lamp with you as well. So you basically have done everything you could to make your photo processing setup mobile. And you're in the bathroom developing these pictures. As you swish the chemicals over the paper, the photo paper, an image reveals. You see Clarine in the far corner of the image on the right side, and then the ocean, and the thing that you all were looking out at, a formation of the waves in the shape of a creature. It's pretty far out, but it looks like it's probably standing 40, 50 feet above the water at that point. You pick up the image pretty well. And as you're looking down at this photo as it develops and more of the details darken and show themselves, you feel a chill. And on the tile wall in front of you, next to the mirror, you see a shadow. Strangely familiar shape of a head. It's like a large rounded hat with a brim that sticks out in the front and the back. Some type of frilly collar. Amorphous facial details. Puffy, large rounded sleeves. This shadow stands on the wall in front of you. Roll sanity.
Not great. No, I rolled an 83.
Okay. Go ahead and deduct 3 sanity points as you witness this shadow dissolve into a new shadow. The sides loosen and melt away into these pulsating tentacles. And you just now see this almost wave in the shape of a beast on the wall. And you clutch that bracelet again, looking for that comfort, for that grounding, and just feeling like it's just not quite enough. And that's where we will end our session today.
What? The character has chills. I have chills. That was wild. All right. Anything
Thank you
else,
all.
Aliza? That was incredible.
Now that I scared the shit out of my friends. Thank you
Never-
all for playing. What?
Never
what?
develop photos alone.
Ooh. Well, thank you all for playing such incredible characters and being such incredible players. Thank you, chat. Thank you for those rerolls, y'all. Awesome. Thank you so much. Our next episode will be pre-taped, but we, some of us might be in the chat to, to witness you all, see what happens.
We'll be there.
Yeah, same time next week. We'll just be maybe with our families or elsewhere, but chatting along.
Yes.
So please, we'll see you next week. And thanks one more time to Chaosium for sponsoring this stream. If you want to join us for a little after show, you can find that on patreon.com/goodtimesociety.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. With that, thank you so much. Good night.